Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike.
I'm Tanya.
With Fowler Family Farm. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to build a PolyWire fence. I've never used PolyWire.
Looks easy.
It does. I've done a little research on YouTube. I've watched, I don't know, a handful of videos from other people. It doesn't seem too time consuming, so if this works out for us, I could see me using this all over the farm. So I'm going to start in this area right here next to the buck pen. I'm going to use one side of our goat netting that we have from Premier One. That's going to make up one whole side. So really all I need is 3 sides of my PolyWire. So that's where we're going to start. And my intentions on doing this is, it's a smaller area, so I'm going to see if it works right for us, if it's doable. I'm doing 4 strands. I'm going to start at 4 inches, pretty close to the ground, and then around, I think the next one's at 11 inches, and then 22 inches, and then 36 inches. That's my spacing. If you guys think I should go with a different spacing than that, let me know in the comments. But that's what we're going to try first. I'm not worried about these goats getting out. If they get through this wire, I'll make some adjustments.
They'll see that it's white and probably won't even touch it.
Well, it's yellow. It's the yellow.
Oh, well then they'll
Yeah, it's the yellow PolyWire that you get from Tractor Supply. I'll show it to you here in a minute. But if these goats get out, if the little bucklings get out, they're just going to go over here to this fence where their mama's at. So they're not going anywhere. And the bucks, if they get out, they stay right here. They just start eating the grass that's right up against their fence anyway. So they don't ever run off. So I'm not too worried about it, but I do want to experiment with this and see if it's a good deal for us, see if it works out for us. Because I envision myself putting this all over the farm if it works out right. This is where I'm starting. This corner post is where I'm going to start everything from. This is their regular pen, and then the Premier One fence just extends from that. So this is going to be one whole side here. So on this post here, it's wooden. I'm just going to use these insulators. Just drill a small hole, screw these in. That should be pretty firm, pretty tight on there. It shouldn't come out at all. I should be able to tighten that wire pretty well without this coming out. And then my spacing I've got marked on this, just this old piece of wood that I don't need. So 4, 11, 22, and 36. That's my thought. So I'm gonna see if that works out. I know I do want something fairly close to the ground, because they're gonna get up there with their nose, and that's what's gonna hit them first, is that bottom wire most likely. So if they hit that, that should be all it takes. They shouldn't
want it
really
too close that the grass is going to grow up over it.
Well, I'm gonna have to weed eat the grass for sure. Okay. I'm gonna have to weed eat right under the wire, but that's not that big of a deal. I should be able to take care of that pretty easily. But I still want it low enough to the ground that they can't just go under it. If you'll follow this direction. My intentions originally, if you watched my last video, was to use these posts. But me and Tanya have been talking about it. We're just going to go ahead and use these posts over here, and just do it. Just use the same insulators in here. Looks like they've maybe used one in the past anyway. So we'll just screw them into these wooden posts here.
Since they're already there.
Since they're already there, and that way I don't have to worry about mowing between this fence and these posts. But I'll end up taking these out down the road. Or if this doesn't work out well, I'll keep these in for a little while to see if I need to use them.
I think it's gonna work good.
Yeah, I think it will too. So I will put these insulators in this post, and then halfway down, I'll do it again, and then at the very end, I'll do it again. And then in between, I'm gonna use the plastic little step-in post. We've got several over here. I'll use those in between some of these just to keep the wire level and where it's supposed to be. Along the back of the wire, I do have T-posts, and I will be using that for securing the wire to the T-post. And I'm going to use lockjaw insulators, the red lockjaw insulators. I'll use those on the T-post over there at the end. So these little bucklings are still mad at me and still crying for their mamas. They usually quit when I come around. But if I walk away, they'll start crying. Chip and Megatron are just taking it easy this morning. I like this cooler style morning. So yesterday we had a great weather day. We got a lot accomplished yesterday. The high was only 90, and early in the morning was like 68, and then late last night when the sun went down. It got down to like 61 degrees. It was awesome. I'm looking forward to fall weather already. And this morning is fairly good. Like it's 9 o'clock right now, and it's fairly decent. You can tell it's going to get warm, but today's high is going to be back up to 96, 98, somewhere in that range. So it's going to be a hot one again. So we decided to go get the mower and just mow this spot real quick. It's a lot quicker. The mower's closer than the weed eater. But it backfired on Tanya and it scared her to death. It was funny, she yelled. I wish I would have had my camera running. So she's gonna come down here real quick and just mow this one little strip. It beats having to walk all the way up to the shop to get the weed eater because the mower's just right here. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now let's get this fence built. Thank you. Okay, so Tanya forgot to hit the record button. So I've already drilled the holes here, and y'all missed a whole good video of Chip. Oh, you
did. He was helping.
Chip was over here interested in what we were doing, and it was good stuff, but you're not going to get to see it because Tanya didn't hit the record button.
Yeah, amateur cameraman.
So anyway, I did drill the 4 holes here already. And Chip was watching us the whole time right here through this hole. It's kind of cute.
Here he goes. It is recording. You gonna help, Chipper? You stink, dude. He thinks he smells good.
Okay, I'm gonna go through and put the other 3 in, and then we'll skip over here to this next post.
What in the world?
He's got horse.
That was weak, dude. That was a weak cry. Ah. He's hoarse.
Yeah, he's horse.
That's hilarious.
He's a horse goat.
He's been crying so long. Aww. Little guy. Chip's like, suck it up, dude. So that's what it looks like, and then we'll run that PolyWire through those loops. That way it didn't touch any metal and ground out.
Did you get that this time?
What?
Actually recording?
Uh-huh.
Not that y'all need to see how a drill works. But
It looked cute over there, though. Chip was helping you. Just screw them in there.
oops.
And hope it doesn't break when you do it. Why would it break, you ask? So how did you get your measurements?
I Googled it.
Oh, okay.
I Googled 4-strand PolyWire for goats. And actually, I Googled spacing for 4-strand PolyWire for goats. And it says your bottom 2 need to be around 6 inches apart from each other, 6 to 8 inches, and start between 4 and 6 inches off the ground.
Gotcha.
See, that one's broke.
Yep, it is. It's twisting. See how that's...
So I know this one's not going to work.
I think it's just a defective thing.
Well, it might work. We'll see.
So you want to tell them where we're at now?
So this would have been the middle. This is where I put the T-post originally.
The other one's way down there.
And the other one's right in front of the hay feeder.
Red hay fever.
So I'm going to do the same thing here, and then once more down there, and we'll have all the... these are actually plastic. They're not the ceramic. These are all just plastic. So we'll have all the plastic insulators installed, And then I have 2 T-posts where I have to put my lock jaws on. And we'll show you those here in a minute.
Down there. So we're gonna do the same thing here again.
Okay, so now I'm actually inside the goat pen. You can see the goats here. And that's where I have the last T-post. This is where the PolyWire is gonna stop, is at this T-post. So, like I said earlier, I am using lock jaws, and that's what these are. I don't know if you've ever seen these before, but they're really, really incredible. See if I can get it to focus on these. So these fit in several different directions of this post. You can fit it on the back side, you can fit it diagonal. There's several different ways you can make these fit on your post. The only issue is some posts are too thin. So they may make smaller ones, I don't know. I mean, they may make the smaller lock jaws to fit on the smaller T-post. Like for instance, if y'all remember probably about 15, 20 videos back, I went out to Brandon Eddie's spot over at Eddie Family Farm, and he gave me probably 50 T-posts. Well, I'm definitely gonna use them. But they're the thinner ones. They're a little bit skinnier, so these lock jaws won't fit. So I'll actually have to use some of the yellow ones that I have just from Tractor Supply. I was hoping to use these because they're really good, but they're just too big for that type of T-post. So just make sure you have the right size T-post with the right size lock jaw. I'm by myself. Tanya's over here mowing now. She quit helping me with the video just because she's a squirrel and she sees something and wants to just go do it. So I'm gonna see if I can video me putting one of these on so you can kind of see what it looks like one-handed. So if you can see, I don't know if y'all can see it, but that's my T-post right there that I'm running from. Well, I'll give you a close-up of it here in a minute. It's already got the lock jaws on it. The PolyWire is gonna come this direction through the Premier One fence and terminate right here on this post. This will be the last place it stays. So I got to get my measuring stick. So here's my measuring stick. Just lean it up against there for now, and I'll just do one of these at a time. So here's one. This fence is off, by the way. Okay, so it needs to go about right there. And I want to do this one diagonal. Huh? Oh, hey, here comes Tanya, so now she can help me. Maybe she's not a squirrel. So this one here, and I'm gonna try to put it on diagonal on this direction.
I guess these aren't on.
No, I turned it off.
Hey, get out of my ear.
And there you have it. So right there. And this one will be supported with this brace post back here. I'll bring a rope from the top side down to this bottom side, and I'll show you that here in a minute as well. Okay, so that's my 4 here. They're going to terminate. This is where the rope, the PolyWire is going to terminate. And like I said earlier, I'll brace this direction up against this brace post with the rope. Okay, so this is my only other T-post with lock jaws. And that's where we just came from, where the wire is going to terminate. That's where we just were. And this is the other one. So it's going to take like a 45-degree angle right here. I'm just hoping that works. It should. So yeah, where Tanya's at is where we just were a while ago, putting those lock jaws on. Okay, so it's about 10:45. I have my last doctor's appointment for my ankle today at noon, so we need to head out. So we're gonna go take care of that doctor's appointment, probably eat lunch, and then when we get back, we'll put this PolyWire up. We'll string up the PolyWire, connect it to the fence, and hope it works.
Probably be more shade too.
Yeah.
Under here.
Yeah, there'll definitely be more shade under here. So we'll see you guys. Well, for you guys, it's just gonna be a second.
See you in a minute.
Okay, I just got back from the doctor, like I told you earlier. I've already got this end of the rope tied off. Now I'm just gonna, it should be pretty simple, just to bring this through.
You got to learn how to walk a straight line, but yeah, other than that, we're good.
You hush. This is gonna have to be turned this way. Okay, so this is the 4-inch off the ground one here, and I will have to make sure each of these is turned a certain way for it to pull against it properly. So that one's in. We'll just keep going down the line.
Put your screwdriver in there and hold on to it.
What's up? Hello.
Hello, YouTube.
What are you doing going to Meemaw's? Why are you going to Meemaw's? So this one's just a straight shot, so I don't need to turn it any certain way. It just needs to stay in there.
Uh-oh, that's on the ground in places.
Well, that's where the
Let's put the stakes down.
plastic stakes come in handy.
Okay.
So this, uh-oh, did I put everyone that I did? I put them all in upside down.
That's okay, you can still put it in there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Well, it may work.
Well, maybe not, because it'll fall out, won't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're ending it here, right?
Yep. See, I put all those in right side up. I don't know why I was thinking. Damn wasp nest in there.
Where?
Inside of here.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Or not a wasp, but a
A dirt dauber
Dirt
inside
dauber.
there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, sure is.
Just flew out.
That's funny. Pull it tight.
I just twisted wrong.
Got these little things here. It's kind of holding it out from the gate so it doesn't get hit that gate.
One more right here for sure.
Okay.
It's touching around there. So I'm on the 4th string up. It's easy to get these things crisscrossed if you're not paying attention. Okay, I got it working. It's on. It shocked my brother. He's our tester. No, honestly, I can't find my testing deal, my tester. So I told my brother to touch it to see if it works, and he did. It got him pretty good. But you can see Chip and Megatron have already came over here. I took some of the Premier 1 fence down so they could come over here as well. So they're already over here. The young'uns, little bucklings, are still over here eating on the old field. Let me show you the fence though, kind of how it looks. This is all very tight. It looks really good, and it's tight, it's snug. I did use I don't know what this rope is right here. I know that's rope that like electricians use it, people who run cable through pipe use it, and they feed that, they'll suck that rope through the pipe and then pull their wire through it. I cannot think of the name of that kind of rope. what they call it. But I know there's my son, if he watches this video, he may leave a comment and tell me what it's called. And then I know Billy over at Perma Pastures Farm, he probably knows what they call that. I don't know what they call it. So anyway, that's just bracing it. I don't know if I really needed it because that T-post was not moving. Okay. So as you see, these are alternated up and down. The lock jaws are. So I'll go in one and then go up, straight up to the next one, and then turn and go back down the fence. Let me see if I can get a close-up. So that's the third wire. It comes into the third wire lock jaw, which is down, facing down instead of up. So I hook it and then run it straight up, and then the fourth one is facing up, and I hook it and run it straight out. And then this is where I actually tied the wires, the fence together. It's tied in 3 places. It's tied here, right here where the 2 pieces meet, and then right there. And since I mentioned Billy over at Perma Pastures Farm, I want to show you kind of one of the things I picked up from his channel. He's talked about this in several of his videos. It's where, well, I'm gonna have to go this way because I'm trapped in. So I got to go through the actual gate. Anyway, he's talked about this in several videos where you can connect one fence to another by tethering it. And I'm sure other people do this, but I didn't think about it until I saw him do it and saw him talk about it on one of his videos. So let me show you what I did. So my wire, this is my charger or energizer, I'm not sure what they call this. So the white wire is the hot wire. The black wire is the ground. The white wire right here is my hot, and I've got hey, hush buddy. I got a lot of it, just in case I need to take it far away. But it runs down, and then I'll show you where it comes out on the outside of the lean-to. Okay, it comes out of the lean-to, the side of the wall right here. And this is the coating. I mean, it's just like you're in your house. That's what this is. So it's coated, and it's connected right there. So that's everyday wire that you put in your house for electricity. That's 12 gauge wire. That's what I had, so that's what I use, and I got plenty of it. I don't have any 14, or I'd probably try to use 14 because it's cheaper and it's thinner and easier to work with. One thing I am in question of is, I'm not for sure if it's okay to use copper, because this is copper wire that's in your house. You know, I mean, you could use aluminum, but this is copper. But none of my other wiring is copper. It's all either aluminum or galvanized is where I tie in at. Like over here, that's where I use my tethering system, is actually on this big fence over here. That's actually the tethering part that I'm talking about earlier. This is just a direct connect. But I don't know if it's good to connect your energizer or your charger with copper wire to this fence that's aluminum or galvanized, whatever they use in it, or just your regular hot wire fence that's over here, which is galvanized. If you guys have any knowledge on that, if that's safe or if that's going to corrode or whatever that's going to do, I think it's probably okay for the time being. Maybe 20 years down the road it's going to do something and start corroding or something. I'm not for sure. If you guys can answer that for me, leave me a comment. Okay, so this is the 4th wire, and then this is where it's tied off at. It's actually tied off right there. It's not going to go anywhere. And then I just pulled the excess down this direction and tied it right here. Now that's a long rope, but I'll deal with that later. I've also seen where people use the extension cord reels to put this on, so I probably will do that. That looks like it'd probably work really well, and it might be easier to tie off, you know, in a place like this, so you don't ever have to cut this PolyWire. So I didn't make any cut. This is still 1,320 feet like I originally bought. Okay, so the little bucklings are still over here in the Premier 1 fence side. The 2 big bucks are in the new area where the PolyWire is, and I have not heard them. I don't think they've touched it yet. But I kind of want to push the bucklings over there because they're the ones that are going to test it probably. I don't think my bucks will see it and they'll just think it's fence, like they're supposed to stay in, I think. But these bucklings will probably touch it, so let's push them over. Come on, cowboy. Let's go. Let's go eat new grass. Good. Let's go eat new grass. This may be a challenge. Go that way. Yeah, that way. Nope. Go. Yep. Yeah, go. Good. There you go. That one went. Let's see what he does. He might be my one that tests it. Hopefully they don't just go right through it. He sees the fence. He sees it. All right, goats, come on. Let's move over. There you go. Yeah, go that way. Good. All right, so I just need to watch them for a little bit and see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It might be kind of a long one, depending on how I edit this. I could make this a 25-30 minute video probably. I'm gonna try to make it around 15 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Pretty simple system. Hopefully it works. I may have to go to 5 or 6 strands. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I think it's gonna work. It shocked the heck out of my brother. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you go down and hit that subscribe button for me. If you like our content, if you like our videos, please hit the like button. It really helps us out. We will see you guys on the next video. Remember, do the good.